is in your eyes. I look, your smile can't disguise the look of love. It's saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can't hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, you've got the look of love is on your face, a look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Let's take a lover's vow and then seal it with a kiss. I can't hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Don't ever go. I love you so. Explain to me your position. try to see the light. I've already heard it's a lesson for me to try to learn. But they say fool me once, fool me twice, and there won't be a third time for you to try to break my heart or convince me that I don't know better and maybe I should try to stop. Explain to me, I will listen. How you think it's fine to lie? Guess you look at it like an omission, and that may work for you. And you might fool me once, fool me twice, and there won't be a third time for you to try to break my heart or convince me that I don't know better and maybe I should try to stop. So long you convince me that we shouldn't be apart. First time, shame on you. 2 times, shame on me. 3 days, I waited, but you don't seem to come around. And I won't be the third time for you to try to break my heart or convince me that I don't know better and maybe I should try to stop. So long you convince me that we shouldn't be apart. You know better off without you, and there won't be a third time for you to try to break my
One, two, 1, 2. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fani Madida Foundation Fundraising Gala dinner. I'll just give everyone just a moment to settle down before we get proceedings underway. Siyabonga siyathokoza. Once again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fani Madida Foundation Fundraising Gala dinner. This is where we zoom in on part of the foundation, which is called the Didiza34 Foundation. It's good to see everybody here. Hey, Kamalami, Umniswe Mvola, Paul Mnisi is the name. And of course, I'll be directing the program today as we celebrate a great man who's achieved milestones and milestones in the fraternity of football. And that is indeed Fani Madida. We call this one a night with Fani Madida. He sits there in the green t-shirt, and I think just to break the ice, shall we give this man a round of applause? I'm told it's always been a vision, in as far as the foundation is concerned, to get it started. They got it started in 2017. And I think the main aim, goal, or objective, if you will, was to give back. Madita comes from a rural area, which is, of course, Newcastle. Emadadin. It sort of rhymes. Didiza, Didas, Emadadin. I love wordplay in the most wonderful way. But I think we say from Emadadin, or from Newcastle to Turkey. And really, he was given the baton, and boy, did he run with it. And he landed up in Turkey, and he made such an impression. I was listening to him on the radio the other day, being interviewed by a colleague, Tabiso Musia. And the fanfare and fan club, even on social media, is unbelievable, where there are Turks out there who call themselves Fani Madida. I think they counted 20-odd something social media handles that are named Fani Madida. And he's not even on any of those. So it is something, one had to chuckle at. So today we'll go down memory lane and really go back and just track these giant footsteps in as far as his journey to success is concerned. There's going to be memorabilia that would be offered, and bidders who want to bid are welcome to. We're taking it from the likes of Kaiser Chiefs. We go to Bafana. We go to Turkey. Can I pronounce that word? the Turkish team. Beşiktaş. Yeah, because it spells Beşiktaş. Beşiktaş. That's what it is. And I've heard him a couple of occasions, Ata, the Turk language, and he's quite great at it. He can even read it. Yeah, Shotai. So welcome everybody. Let's hope we're going to have a great evening as we reflect on this great man's legacy. And of course, I must acknowledge the Premier of Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza. In between, I think there's Hoi Hoi, Lesufi. I'd also like to acknowledge within us here, Dr. Josi Maeb. Welcome, sir. As a gentleman who sits here who's a backbone of this foundation, and he makes sure that each and every time the foundation pushes through no matter what. I call him Brakeni, he calls me Brak Paul. I don't know why he calls me Brak Paul, because I'm younger than him, but ladies and gentlemen, Braken over there. Very good, well done job, yeah. All right, so as we journey from Emadadeni to Turkey, I'd love to call upon the man of the moment. He will be accompanied by Dr. Gama, a very good friend of his. Bakule bonke, I am told. Bashele bonke, basakul. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fani Madida, as well as Dr. Gama. A round of applause, please. Thank you very much. abamaziyo abakaze bambo umatitalo abamaziyo abazange bambo abazange bambo ne abazange bambo abazange bambo ne abazange bambo umatitalo abamasiyo abazange bambo umatitalo
abamasiyo abazange bambone abazange bambone abazange bambone abazange bambone. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sbu Gama.
Yeah. Is it on?
Are you on Labor Fit? 1, 2.
It's not on.
August born. 1, 2. Cha. I gotta be on.
I gotta be on.
I gotta be on.
All right. Humatitalo.
Abamasiyo abazange bambo umatitalo abamasiyo abazange bambo abazange bambo ne abazange bambo abazange bambo ne abazange bambo ne. Well, we'll give you as much time as you want.
Oh, okay.
Indeed.
Good evening, everyone. I think you can hear me.
It's not on yet.
It's not on yet, but
Yeah.
I think you can all hear me. We'll scream. I am honored to be actually, and whatever we are going to discuss here, it's very interesting that we've not planned anything. And I guess the whole idea is to check Kuguti, to actually know him. Yeah, so I knew him for 39 years. So we actually we high school, same high school, Cecilia High School, and there's a very interesting history about our schooling because he actually was we're doing standard 10, so in our case I went back grade, so we standard 10. So he was in 10-6. In my class, we were supposed to be good 10-8. So we had 3 matric classes. We had A, we had B, we had C. But when it was our 10, after passing over on standard 9 to become good 10A, the teachers decided, good 8, these people are so arrogant. So we can't give them 10A because they think they are more important. So they gave us 10B. But they didn't know by giving us 10B, they were helping us because we then named our class the Easy Bees. Easy Bees that only steal when provoked. So under unlike our class, our class was a very problematic class, but Fatima Dida's class was, that class, the way class, I'm a gentleman and ladies. Even during those years, the high school during the 80s was an epitome of excellence. Would look at him and Thank you. Thank you. This is perfect. So he has always been an epitome of excellence, starting from high school. And I must also declare that, I've got 3 of my boys here, and it's important that they close in Lebezazo. I've got 1 here, I've got 2 there. But I think what I'm about to say now, I've so we spend a lot of time matric expelling teachers, Tina. So there were only 2 teachers that we allowed to fundis. The others, we told them not to bother, because we were just so busy with matric. But in class data, those guys were so disciplined. They were so disciplined, well-behaved. And whenever the teachers were telling us about our students that were behaving well, they would mention class lab, they would mention Ufani. But there is actually a story that I would like to share towards the end of our discussion. And that story pertains to a game esayidlala neclass lakhe about 38 years ago. So last night I had to get clearance from the guys in Newcastle. Can I share the story? Because 38 years ago, we agreed that we'll keep it a secret until see underground. Yeah, but last night I got it clearance. So towards the end, I will probably share that story. But one of the things that I would like to highlight that most of you don't know, Uguti, yes, he has always been a great soccer player. But if you think Uguti was ukudlala ibhola, then you should have watched him, kuma athletes. He was the fastest eskolweni. Actually, I can't think of any other guy who was ukushiya eskolweni. He was extremely, extremely, extremely fast. We gijimela isikolo, so gijima go Romelin Stadium. Yeah, so akekho umuntu bekungathi mayigijima bekungathi abamlandelayo they are going opposite direction. So that's how fast he actually was. But what I would like to do, and please remind me, Premier, if I don't share the story towards the end. But what I would like to do is just to express our gratitude, Goye, for being who he is. Because he's an original. He's not a fake of anything. And maybe thanks to Kaizer Chiefs, because when he left in Newcastle, eyodlala engena kwi-Chiefs, i-Chiefs decided ukuthi no izokimuse ku Blackpool, giant Blackpool. Maybe let me just ask him about that experience, because I've got my own views about him going to Blackpool. Those of you that remember what happened is a Blackpool in, hey, he showed the Kaizer Chiefs flames. So Matida, can you just briefly tell us about that experience?
Well, before I share the experience, I would like to greet you all for coming here. We are humbled as Didiza34 that this August function is happening. We tried 2019, 12 October, same place. So there weren't so many people. So that means that we have improved. And in a way, we also have to account because people contributed at the time. So you will hear later that we've used your resources handfully. And some of the beneficiaries are happy wherever they are today. So going back to Blackpool, I think, I don't know, maybe it's instincts. I just wanted to prove a point that I am good enough. Because if you are an athlete, you need to be better than yourself. Try not to be better than the other competitor. Rather be better than yourself. So I tried to be better than myself, and as a result, I was able to surpass players like Goma Masango, John Shoes Mosheo. Those were my anchors. It was like I was breathing because of them. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Those of you that remember, Weicheng is a Kaizer Chiefs, Ama Flames. And yet, you know, he was supposed to be sympathetic to Kaizer Chiefs. And this is the only player in Yazio that will score a goal, and after the match, he would go and apologize to the opponents. Good, I'm sorry for scoring the goal. Yeah, Didiza, you know, very, very strange. The other question that I think has never been answered about him. Let's go back to in Newcastle. You know, you used to play go Nil Valley. You remember Nil Valley? Yeah, and it was just gravel. We didn't have grass. And it was not just only you, actually, even Helman Mkelele, Nosizwe Mtaung, you know. And I don't remember you ever falling in any soccer match or being pushed, being tripped, because there are three things I observed about you. I mean, you, and it's been like this even at high school. He's very strong, so he's got a very strong core. You know, very strong core, he's very fast, and he's versatile. So, so what do you think is the secret about Nil Valley and the strength of players like you who came from there? Actually, there's another fourth one. Was in Newcastle, Samora Kulu. Yeah. Can you tell us what is there a secret mhlawumbe yase Newcastle if nasinikeza labafana abawanje? Anyhow. Why were you guys so strong?
Well, firstly, I would say, if it's Samora Kulu, then I'm shivering. Because Samora will go home, slaughter a goat, and come back and score more goals. It would be remiss, by the way, for me not to acknowledge Professor Walter Jones, who came all the way from Switzerland to be with us here. Thank you so much, Prof, for coming. Thank you. Acknowledge also Professor Ngwenya, because normally he would be sleeping by now, but he managed to be here. And acknowledge all the legends that are here. Talking about the legends, because you're talking about the way I was running at the time. Utebuko will attest to this, Utebuko Mloye. So, because Nkuleng is Shimane, that's number one. Nkuleng is Shimane. So that means I was like a virgin at that time. That's why I was so strong. I would only eat amas and pap. That's why guys like Eugene Zwane, they will tell their defenders, "Hey, stop, man." So that's how fast I was. But I think it's because of where we started to play our football. Because it's a very hard surface. The ground is very hard. If I can go back now and try and play there, I will have shin splints. Because now I'm used to the turf, it's softer. So that means the hard surface made your character to be much more strong.
Wow. I hope those that have intentions of being professional soccer players, you took notes. Titi, do you take down the notes? Okay. And while talking about Samora Kulu, Samora in '84, he actually was the player of the year and he got the Golden Boot Award for scoring 25 goals in '84. When I'm 92, you scored far more than that. To just give people a perspective. And one of the things that we always explain about your record, Didiza34, a whole lot of us confuse the 34 goals versus comparisha apples and bananas. That is why sometimes you find people talking about Umbezuma as having been the, the record holder. But if you are like me, maths. We did maths and science. Yeah, so my numbers, we understand them. But your record has not been broken for more than 30 years, for 32 years actually. Which means it's the number of years that Madiba spent in prison, plus 5 years in Pansel. Why do you think that record has not been broken? Share the secret. It must be broken. Please,
I didn't use any moti to score those goals. So I was lucky. I had the likes of Chipa Mladedi, he is here, and the likes of Tebuko Moloi, because he will pass me the ball inside, so he'll pass me the ball to go and and score. So I had both Dr. Kumalo, I had Bonsia Mapike. Those are the people that were giving me the balls to go and score. So the difference with me then, all that was making me to be happy was to see the goalkeeper going behind his back or with his back, taking the ball and kick it back to the center line. And I will always say, Matot, in Neta, you just have to keep on scoring. Ubaba Ule Sofi will tell you, we come a long way with him. By the way, Pirates were happy a few months ago with Saleng. Saleng, the left-footed player. If it wasn't for Mr. Lesufi, you wouldn't have known Saleng. That's how passionate he is. Because we go and watch the games there in the Bundus. So that's where we saw, in fact, that's where he saw Saleng. And then we brought him to the Dube Pates, the beautiful Dube Pates. The only team that played a draw against Sundowns twice.
Siyabonga Premier, siyabonga. There are two players that we always mention them when we talk about world class. We mention Jomo and we mention Ace. And for the sake of the Premier, Suzofaka no Ace Mnini. But I meant to end Ace in Swelling. I meant Ace in Swelling, but I think for the sake of the Premier, Sofano no Ace Mnini. Those were top players. But the problem with Ace Mnini, he would dribble everyone and also dribble the goalkeeper and not score and go back. So the reason I'm mentioning Jomo Sono and Ace Ntweling is because those were the epitome of excellence then. But you did something that is just unprecedented in the history of soccer. On 2 occasions when you were less known, you replaced the one and only number 12 with Kaizer Chiefs, Upule Ace Ntweling. Where did you get that bravery? Fanny Matita to be replacing Upule Ace Ntweling. It's been this guy was starter. Liver.
I didn't have that much of a liver then, unlike now. I think Ted Dumitru, the late, may his soul rest in peace, he saw a potential in me when we were doing shooting most of the time, and there was also an assistant coach, Upratiki, Tiki Koza. Chipa Mladedi will tell you, the first time I replaced Ace, we were playing in Kwakwa against Kwakwa Stars. Then he was substituted. But Bra Ace was very happy because at training, you were saying that Ace Mnini will go past players, dribbling them and come back with the ball. So at training with me, Bra Ace, Teenage Lad, and all of them will tell me, hey, booyah, Shia, I'm back. Because I was that fast. So already I had confidence in replacing him. You know, during those days, I also treated Tebuko, I gave him the same medicine. So we go to the national team. By the way, when the national team was formed, Bafana in South Africa at the time, the coach at the time put my name there at the top. He said, you have to be there, number one. So I was the number one Bafana player in South Africa. That's history. So at Herdalfontein, so Tebuko Tebuko, they are hot. At the time, they were hot. So then I've already tasted the international scene because I was in Turkey. So I came back. So during the first game that we were playing, a friendly game, Augusto Palacios was the coach then. So they laid the jerseys on the floor. So everybody, was their senior players, Bo Pizzo and all that. So we just watch who's going to go first and take the jersey. Because they are Tebuko, they are hot. So waiting. So then he touched the jersey. And I said, Mfanagit, relax. Because eating kunzizala. So you must have that confidence. If you don't have that confidence, you won't make it in this life. But I went further because I groomed them. When we were in Turkey, Lucas Hatebe, the late Shoes Mosheo, I was the communicator. I will call them in London, I will call them in Switzerland, all of them just checking them how they are or how they were. That's who I am, you know? But the top one that I did, that I'm still proud of today, was to recruit the Leg of Thunder, Jerry Skosane. I recruited him. So why I'm mentioning this, it's because most of the players, they are afraid of the competition. Jerry Skosane was playing the same position that I was playing at Blackpool. But I told Eddie Lewis that there is a player at school, because I was in Tembisa at school finishing my matric. I said, there is a player who is better than me. We better recruit him and invite him here. And he said, you are joking. Come with him. Then I brought Jerry. And the rest, as they say, it is history.
Wow. A lot of us do not know Uguti. Fanny Matita is the first South African soccer player to represent us in Turkey. He's the first one. On the 23rd of July, myself and the team that is sitting up there, can you wave? That's our team. 28th of July last year, we went to Turkey and we had dinner with Musin Etukral. And he was telling us, because as we were walking in Turkey, people would ask you, where do you come from? Would say, we come from, you know, when you are in Asia or you are in America, when you say you come from South Africa, they say, oh, Mandela. So we're in Turkey. And we say, but what are these people saying? Then Mushin Etukral explained. They said, no. They were not talking about, because I was saying, no, but why are they saying, you know, do they want to pronounce Mandela? He said, no. When you say you are from South Africa, they say, Matita. Because in Turkey, when you say you are South African, they immediately think of Matita. But this is important. Fanny is the only player, I think, in the world that the team decided to come up with a song about him. And Musin Etukral was telling us that even though he left Turkey many years ago, that team, they still sing that song about Fanny Matita. How is that? To be honored this way in a foreign country. And I apologize, mngani wami, ukuthi we've not done justice. But yes, this is honorish. So can you answer this question? Comment take. Answer this question. Kukhona goalkeeper that I prefer not to mention. I'm embarrassed. There's a goalkeeper I'm embarrassed. I won't mention the name because I might be sued. And he was actually the top goalkeeper for Manchester United. He played more than 300 games at Manchester United. After embarrassing that goalkeeper, he never went back to play soccer. But of course, when you ask him, he will say it was a coincidence. Or he retired on that day. And I think you know who I'm talking about. Can you answer those two questions?
Thank you for your question. Well, I will start with the last one. We were playing, I was on loan to Giant Blackpool. So we're playing, was it Bob Safe at Ellis Park Stadium. It was so full, fully packed. It's a pity some of today's players, they don't see these crowds. It's Sundowns players that are so lucky. So we were playing under those, under that particular atmosphere back then. I think we were leading Chiefs then by, it was 2-0 now. Gary Bailey was playing for Chiefs, by the way. So I scored a goal. You know when you hit the ball and it hits the net, it comes back, and the goalkeeper dives. And when it dives, the crowd, this side, Pirates crowd, because it was Chiefs and Pirates. So Pirates side, they are just celebrating. And this crowd, they are asking him, why are you diving? Because it's a goal already. So that's what happened. Well, back in Turkey, there is a very nice story, but I won't tell you about this story. It involves the Tebuko Mloye when we were in Turkey. I used to cook pap. Tebuko, Steve Kompela, yes, Steve Kompela, will come to my flat and eat pap. Because I was staying like in Joburg, Sentin. They were in Kwakwa. I believe you me not or not, these stories that I'm talking about, these are the stories you'll never read about them anywhere. Others are just secrets. So, Tebuko, when they arrive in Turkey, I took them to Galleria. Galleria is a shopping mall. That's where you get everything that is fashion. So I started them. I told them, you must stop using Doom. Doom as a perfume, don't use it. So that's where I started them, get them perfumes. Kompela, I was checking him how his way, your sense of dress. That this one came from Kwakwa. So I bought him a Newman suit. The ones that are fashionista, they will know. Newman was the brand at the time. So I bought him a suit, beautiful suit. And then I said, now we can talk. Then I paid for them a GQ magazine, one magazine, so that you understand how to dress up. You understand? So I'm very happy that my legacy remains. Steve Kompela is dressing nice up until today. So we want to Dokotela Wemal. Yabona emalini nikhuluma nge-fallacy of composition. So mina was a player and I could also delve to fashion. Yeah. So I was able to do the two. This one is a Dokotela Wemali, by the way. So I'm supposed to be Dokotela Wepola, but abantu jealous.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Ngokuthi ufake amanye ama South Africans style. But what I won't do, my friend, I won't tell them what car you were driving. Yeah, so I won't tell them about the Datsun 140 you. Yeah, no, I won't tell them. Doctor was driving a Jetta then. Those were great cars. Yeah, no, they were beautiful, beautiful cars. We come from far. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done. But as I conclude, let me just share the secret. Yeah, 38 years ago. What actually happened 38 years ago, we played a game because, I mean, Ngangu 10B and then Ufani was 10C. So our class was a very chaotic class. As I said, we expelled most of our teachers at the beginning of the year, and the reason we expelled them is because, you know, they never passed the test. You know, our maths teacher, if I was not helping him to solve problems, he would not get the answer. So we said, you are wasting our time. So there were only 2 teachers who were allowed to teach us, and the reason they were allowed to teach us is because they offered to give us reference letters when we apply for tertiary. That was the only reason we kept them. The rest simply said, Nina nizofeyila. We said, ngeke. And we taught ourselves. But our ladies at Lasin kept on saying to us, can't you guys play soccer? And we said, what do you mean? Soccer is simple, we can. So we then challenged Class Labo Fan. And we lost 3-0. And you can imagine what that did to our ego. And Ufani was actually around, and there was also gratis. I'm gratis. Yeah, gratis. So, yeah, Ufani gave us hard time. I think he scored all those goals. So we lost 3-0. But now, and it was the beginning of the year. So how do you complete matric in front of these ladies, knowing that you were beaten 3-0? So, and I was the prefect of the class, so I had to go and convince the entire class to contribute towards imali, children's, yes. So we had to contribute, and then it was R2.50, but we waited for the day when Fanny was not going to be around to challenge the class. And the prize was going to be 5 rands. Whoever wins, you get 5 rands. And I had to convince the female students in my class that, you know what, we lost 3-0, but we now have a clear strategy. We're going to win, and the worst case scenario is that our money will come back. Okay, so I gave a commitment. So we went to play, and our strategy was a very simple one. We were going to be aggressive in the first half, and we scored the first goal, so we were doing okay. Second half, things changed. And think about it, Fun is not even there. Then it's a 1-1. Then it's a 2-1. They are leading, 3-1. Then when they scored the 4th goal, I decided that, because it was part of the strategy, that if we realize that we are really losing, myself and another friend of ours who was now a chief education specialist would then leave the field and coach the team. So with 5 minutes to go, we decided we were going to leave the ground, and we're trailing 4-1. And we then gave an instruction to our goalkeeper to say, you know what, when the ball comes your way, make sure that you grab it and you fall. And please don't rise up. Clear instruction. And with 3 minutes to go, we did exactly that. And we then rushed into the ground to help our goalkeeper. And they were saying, but the match is almost over. And we said, no, it's not over. And we could not continue with the game because remember, the strategy was to get our money back. So we could not continue. But we also had a very interesting referee. You might remember his name, Tambuza. Tambuza, we knew he was a very strict guy, but he was very timid. So yeah. So he was the referee. And what then happened, we could not continue with the game. It was a Friday. And Tambuza, who was the referee, gave the money to your class. We were so annoyed. So during the weekend, we had a meeting. We said there's no way we can continue with the studies on Monday until this matter is resolved. So we could not proceed with the studies. We were called to the school principal's office to explain why we are on strike. We explained the whole thing. We said the match never ended. We had 3 minutes to go, and the principal said, but 3 minutes and you were trailing 4-1. How are the chances that you were gonna win? And we had to explain scientifically that it takes a second for a goal to go in. And from the center to the goal post, it's about 20 seconds or so. So we could have easily scored about 4 goals or so. And they then decided to reimburse us using the school funds. Okay. That's the secret, 38 years ago. Thank you very much, colleagues, thank you.
A round of applause once again for the two gentlemen. Wow. Isn't it just so lovely to just watch two old friends sit and reminisce about their journey in friendship, in camaraderie, in football. I would suggest Mr. Dr. Gama was a football player. I mean, the man looks strong as an ox. Wenzangan, baba? Awusiniki imfihlo yakho now. There was a story half told by Fani Matita around what happened somewhere. No Pratebza Moloi. Angazi noma ungafuna ukuthi uqedele le story. Oh, he knows the story, and he won't tell. Well, the starter has been served, everybody. Thank you so much for just being attentive to the two gentlemen. And of course, the man of the day, Mr. Fani Matita. We're going to get a musical item now. They want to come through. Bibolingo is going to give us a musical item. And then we will then head off to the screen and see some video testimonials. Bibolingo, if you would step up, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Sanbona. Ninjani. Hey, I had something amazing planned and a beat and everything, but I believe I would go a cappella. Raw is best. I just witnessed it today, from the rawness to nurturing. Ne? So it's a song that is inspired by a friend, something Soweto, and it reminds me of how amazing we Africans are generally as people. So I chose Utiling because it takes me way back, likes of watching your videos as well, Tamatita. And as a footballer myself, I felt connected to the song as well, which is da-da-do, don, 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 do, da-da-do. Mele wazi, wonke umlingo osetshenziswa ngabazali bakho mebekwenza hayawo lawo mehlo amancane nezo zandlezi zifuthumele nalo nyawo ngathi nyawo zami ziyangijova hayawo kwakumnandi manawo ahekutala aphofu kumnandi nangoku ayintombi sakudala zazivuka ekuseni manawo ziyothesa inkuni ziphinde zimbuye ziyokha amanzi kwakumnandi manawo ekutala aphofu kumnandi nangoku amakhwenkwe akudala ayevuka ekuseni mana ekhaphela inkomo. Thank you so much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bibolingo. Nice one, mate. We often hear the factor of speed when we're talking about Funny Madida. Speed this, speed that. Whether elokishini ubalekela amaphoyisa ujumpa ama-fence ethembisa, on the field of play, it's all about speed. And one wonders if, indeed, if he didn't make it into a football fraternity or soccer, as it were, whether he could have been a sprinter. Were you guys timed, when you ran your sprints while in training? Because I believe possibly at that time he could have shattered South African records to a degree. So the speed factor, I think, is essential. So, yeah, baba noma mhlambe ke buyinkomo ebholeni kodwa ke mhlambe I-sprint besokusebenzela naso. So you had two things in hand. We're gonna watch the screen now and see some testimonials, some messages that have been recorded and that will be coming through. If we can take a look, please, everybody. Let's get some sound if we can, please.
Thina Didiza34 Foundation iyasinceda la eMajuba district ngokuthi isithengele amajezi, isithengele amakhokho, isithengele amakhona flag, amanethi, amabhibhi, amamaka. Yasithengela nezingane lezi ezihlwempu emakhaya sahambisa izicathulo nama uniform ezikolweni. Sithi thina siyinhlonipho youth development NPO phambili Didiza34 Foundation phambili. Sanibonani, mina ngumduduzo.
This is Justice Sitole, the chairman of Newcastle Warriors FC at Amajuba District in Newcastle. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Didiza Foundation for all the contributions they made to us, and just to make sure that we have a great season ahead. We would like to thank them and wish they can help others just the way they did to us.
My name is Kamikiani, the principal of Unkamenze Palazzo Primary School. They donated full sets of computers. Every year in the first term, they shall be looking for a list of learners that do not have proper uniform, that do not have shoes, so that these learners, they can also have that dignity and pride as they go to school because their parents do not have. Further, even offering the solar panels so that even if there are some challenges with electricity, our learners should not bath or use cold water, more especially in grade R. My name
is I'm from a small town in Richards Bay called Esikawini. Their commitment in helping students from diverse backgrounds achieve their goals is truly inspiring. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Didiza Foundation. So this is why I'm saying thank you so much. I'm so grateful for what you have done for me. Thank you. Hashtag Didiza.
My name is Lindiwe Dlamini. I'm a member of the school management team at Sexile High School, which is located in Matageni in Newcastle. Fanny Matita is an ex-student at Sexile High School. He was a soccer player playing for the first team at the school. Fanny honored the school, Sexile, in 2019 when he came back to the school to launch his foundation, Didiza34 Foundation. It was during this launch when he also donated some much-needed items for the school, which were computers, printers, football kit, netball kit, athletics kit, and sporting equipment. Viva Didiza34, viva!
Viva! Hi, my name is Sinamile Mkonazi. I'm currently playing for the Tuks football ladies team in the Hollywood Bet Super League, and I'm also currently studying at the University of Pretoria. I just want to give thanks to the Didiza Foundation for supporting me and sponsoring my studies, as well as allowing me the freedom and managing my football as well, and giving me guidance and advice where I need. So yeah, shout out to them.
Sanibonani nonke, igama lami nguSilindile Duma, ngihlala eKZN ePietermaritzburg. Ngifike ePretoria ngizofunda e-University of Pretoria, lapho khona ngidlala khona nebhola ley'nyawo lamantombazane, ngidlalela i-Tuks Ladies, ngidlala ku-Super League and singu-goalkeeper wakhona. Elective ukuthi ngihambe ngiyodlala ku-national team yesikole ye-Tuks and then ngiyodlala i-tournament ebizwa ngeKhuta. Leyo tournament it's international tournament whereby sokwazi ukudlala ngama-passports, then iDidiza fundraiser ikwazile ukuthi ikwazi ukungikhokhela i-passport yami ngikwazi ukuparticipate kulowo mdlalo wema-tournament. Then ngiyathanda ukubonga kakhulu ngalokho ekwenzele kona, ngathi ngaqhubeka isponsorishe namanye ama-players azodinga usizo njengami. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, the great work that the Fanny Matita Foundation, Didiza34 Foundation is doing. Some testimonials of computers being dispersed at schools, some renovations, kit, you name it, from humble beginnings where in fact him and his wife started this with money from their pockets, and it's grown in leaps and bounds. So once again, if we could just give them a round of applause for all the success. We'd like to call upon the keynote speaker today to come through, and our keynote speaker is none other than the Premier of Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. But I want to call upon Dr. Khosi Maepa to come to the podium and indeed introduce the Premier for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Fadima Dida and wife, children, family, all the legends, dignitaries, the friends, Dr. Guma, everyone else, the chairman of the foundation, Brakeni, and all the important people who are here today, the legends of South African football. I prepared a 30-page CV of the Premier. It is 30 pages, but I decided to shorten it just to 2 paragraphs because of time. My name is Khosi Maepa. I am the advisor of the Premier Lesufi in the Gauteng provincial government. I've been requested here by the chairman of the foundation and the leadership of this important Didiza34 to introduce the Premier of our province. Hoi hoi, Didiza34, hoi hoi. The Premier of our province is a friend, a brother, and many other things to the Didiza family, and he doesn't need introduction. You know, when someone has worked so hard as our Premier, there is no need no longer to introduce him. When I say hoi hoi, young people know what I'm talking about. So the 2 paragraphs I've reduced to is that the Premier is a very caring person who puts time, even in very busy schedules like he has, to organizations like Didiza34. With all his accomplishments and importance, he doesn't see himself better than all of us. So I think with that, Premier Panyaza Lesufi, oi oi, Panyaza, oi oi. Oi oi, Premier, oi oi. Siphi Spani. Siphi Spani.
Thanks, Galawa. Thank you so much, Program Director, Umnisi Wimvul. Let me acknowledge Dr. Maipa. Thanks for the introduction, Dr. Maipa. I want to acknowledge Fanny Matita and family and all the relatives. I've seen the relatives here. Kindly accept my greetings, Chair of the Matita Foundation, Brakeni. I've not forgiven you for techies for knocking out swallows out of the Nedbank Cup. Actually, I thought of not coming here because I knew it will remind me of that unfortunate match. Let me also acknowledge Dr. Kama and all the dignitaries that are here. I've seen various professors that are here. Thank you so much for your presence, honored guests. Please forgive my voice. I went to one function last weekend. I was leading a delegation of people that were getting married, paying lobola. As part of the delegation, you know, after these functions, you don't just leave, they give you mkomboti. So we're drinking mkomboti, so that bucket was rotating amongst us. And it went beyond 9 p.m. You know, after 9 p.m., all those people that are drinking mkomboti, they start to talk about rated matters that have age restriction, you know. So there was an old lady seated there. So we asked the host, now that we are discussing this X-rated matters, can you ask this old lady to go and sleep? And the old lady said to us, no, I don't mind to go and sleep. The problem that I'm waiting for that bucket is kikisam. That's my night soil bucket, so. So you can imagine that we had to go there and do some humus gala there, so forgive my voice. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening all of us are joined at our hips by an extraordinary talented soccer player. All of us, by affirmation and presence here, it means we've got a contact number of Fanny Matita. All of us, by being here, we are not only acknowledging a legend and a person that have made things easier for all of us and those that have paid testimony to him, but we are here because we believe in him. This evening belongs to him, and this evening belongs to Fanny Matita. A person I admired when we were both students in Tembisa and when he was doing his matric. We all later admired him when he donned the colors of the then glamour boys, Amakosi, until he went to join Bafana Bafana and he went to play in Turkey. Every time Fanny Matita tackles or take football inside the 18 area, there's only one likelihood: that is going to be a goal. He was indeed talented, gifted, but he was also capable of making things to happen. As we gather here this evening, we do so not only because he's my bosom friend, not because he's a pillar of our families, not because he's a friend that we continue to work together on various projects, but we do so that we can please his aspirations. In Fanny Matita, we have a caring and loving family member. In Fanny Matita, we have a true friend of football. In Fanny Matita, we have a committed social activist that cares for others more than he cares for himself. As we gather here this evening to strengthen his foundation, we are, by extension, fulfilling his desire to help, fulfilling his desire to be on the side of the poor, fulfilling his desire to be on the side of the weak and the vulnerable. Through his beautiful wife and children, I had an opportunity to work with them on various projects and programs. I can, and I'm proud, that I'm standing in front of you not only to endorse these activities, but to lay a helping hand so that they can continue to help others as they always do. As we gather here this evening to support this foundation, we must at all times acknowledge and appreciate those that make things easier for us. I know he has invited many of his friends, fellow legends. I've seen many of them. I've seen Mashwabana here, Chipa Muloi. I've seen somebody who left Swallows when I supported Swallows so strongly. Fetsi Mulatedi, I'll never forgive you. I've seen Snyaganyaga Zwani here and many others that are here. His passion is to uplift the weak. His passion is to also to ensure that football grows. And I was quite excited to see that he has even joined the women football to give support to those that are entering this new space. So I'm here to say your presence this evening is not only a blessing to him, but it's a fulfillment to an African idiom that says, "Munwana uti auto pitor," directly translated, that one figure can't pick up a seed. It's only when we collectively put our support and we collectively contribute to this cause that will make things happen and also fulfill his dreams. As he remove all his work from his walls and take all these pictures to be auctioned here, let's do so with a kind heart, knowingly that is for the good cause. As he tries, as he always do, to ensure that this event becomes an annual event, let's continue to support him. It's indeed heartwarming to know that this was a sellout affair, and I can say now, Fanny Matita, next time we need a bigger place to accommodate those that want to join you. I also want to thank his friends, the foundation, but most importantly, I want to thank his wife, Gwen, who has been the pillar and support to Fanny Matita. How's Gwen? I know now what love means because my friend is different. He no longer attends those games that we used to attend with him. But this is because family comes first as we grow up. This is because he's now a responsible person, and this event is an indication that is thinking forward, not backward. Because in some instances, those that are still hanging from their previous glory or historical glory, they forget that the future is here and the future can't be postponed. I always argue, and I want to argue, that Stone Age didn't end because we ran out of stones. Stone Age ended because of new ideas. As we move with new ideas, we need to congratulate you, my good brother, Fanny Matita. To you, continue to Didiza Matita so that all of us can be better people. Congratulations and best wishes, my dear friend. And I know, I heard you, Dr. Gama, that Matita comes from Matate. I've got this limitation. It's a very serious limitation. And my wife is there. I hope it's not going to close his ears. Every time I try to propose a new girl, she says she comes from Matate in Newcastle. Because my wife comes from that area. I just stop there because I know it will be a problem. Thank you, Matita.
Premier of Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. And you've heard all the testimonials. We don't talk about checkbooks anymore, do we? Unless anybody has a checkbook. The checkbook. We're going to get into the first auction of the night. And of course, as mentioned earlier, that there's various memorabilia that you'll be able to bid for. And all of your contributions go towards the Didiza34 Foundation and will help various communities, various schools, sporting clubs through the length and breadth of this country. So if we will, dig deep in our pockets and support this here magnificent foundation. We'll kick it off then, the first auction of the night. Mr. Fani Matida, if you'll please come up and explain to us what sits before us. I think then it will give us some sort of context in as far as moving forward with the auction is concerned, as far as the auction is concerned.
Okay. I'm back again here. I want to acknowledge Umama Ayanda Mbanga, because when we had a conversation with the chairperson with foundation, she said to us, when you do whatever event that you are doing, you guys, you should invite me, because this has to be something that is not happening ordinarily by other players in South African football. They don't do these things. We always try to differ from them, because our secret, the theme, it says we uplift communities through sport. So that's why we need to do things differently. We don't want to play games on Good Friday and it's a tournament and that's it. Nothing has happened. And then we come and ask for South Africans to help us with those tournaments. We need to do things as in an impact to our society. I hope that even the other legends can tell the other legends, let's move away from the mentality of Kinat and think bigger. So anyway, this jersey, it's written number 50 because the chairman of Kaizer Chiefs, Dr. Kaizer Mdao, gave only 50 players, legends, jerseys as a celebration of 50 years of existence at Kaizer Chiefs. So it is a special one for me and for the colors, because immediately after the Chiefs used this jersey, if you recall, Barcelona used it, this one. So unfortunately, I understand. Yeah, it's Real Madrid, that's Barcelona used this one. And in South Africa, it's Kaizer Chiefs. Those are the teams that were in the high, and now they're They are somewhere there. They are somewhere there, but you'll understand, you know, because it was given to me as a gift by the chairman of Kaizer Chiefs, and I think it is so precious. It's so important to me. I don't know whether Fetsi Mulatedi got it. I don't know. But among the 50, I got it. Uncle Buddha, I did get it. So I am amongst the 50 best players that have done the Kaizer Chiefs jersey. Thank you.
All right. Siyabonga, Baba. All right, I'm going to call on Dr. Hoshi Maeba to get the proceedings going in, and as far as the auction and the bidding is concerned. Oh yeah? You're delegating now. There you go, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Yes, it's all yours.
Is delegating, I don't know why, but I'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not an auctioneer, but I'll give it a try. This side, how many people that wants to start? Let's start outside, how many? We are starting at 1 They say they're opening it at 5,000 rand. That's 5,000 rand. Yes, 5,000 rand going. Okay, my beautiful wife is chasing. Mama, how many? Is going on 5,000. Who wants to go? Yes? 5,000 as well? Oh, 10,000. 10,000. It's going 10,000. Who wants to match that? Yes, at the back there? 15,000. 15,000. Yes. 20,000. I'm about to give a 20,000. Who wants to counter that 20,000 there? 20,000. 20,000 going once, 20,000 going twice, 20,000 going thrice. Gone! 20,000 rand. 20,000 rand. 20,000.
All right, but it's the same. We can't sell it twice.
20,000, the t-shirt goes to the wonderful lady.
Okay, let's clap hands for the lady.
Round of applause, please.
I think we must bring another one. I want to copy the previous method. Please bring another one.
She's saying if the team can come here and take a photo, you will add another 5,000. Did you say that? I think she said that. Yeah, so you can come and take a photo so that it becomes 25.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well done. You can come quickly, and those who have to change, they can, and Brafani, they can take with you the picture. They increase with 5,000. Okay, it's fine. Can we change the picture here or the next auction?
Yeah, let's get another.
If we can please get another item to come. Great first bid.
I think we can go for Banyana.
25,000.
Banyana. This will go for more. I think they are African champions. Yeah. That will be very expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, Banyana. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the South African women's team, the top team in Africa, signed by all the players. This is a beautiful portrait for a special person who wants to keep the memories of 2023. Okay, we'll start this one, 7,500, we'll go for it. Yes, 7,500. 7,500. Anyone? 7,500, I'm going once. 7,500, I'm going twice. Yes, there at the back. How much?
What's your bid?
How much?
8,000 rands.
8,000 rand, we are 8,000. Anybody else? 8,000, I'm going once, yes, there. How much? 8.5, I mean
There's a gentleman there with his
8.5.
hand
Anyone,
up.
we're going up now, 8.5.
There's a gentleman there.
8.5. Okay, there. How much? Yes? 9,000. 10,000 I'm offered. Are you still there? Still there? Are you still there? 10,000 I'm offered. 10,500. We're going up with 500. 11,000. Who's going for it? 11,000 I have. 11,000. 11,500. Yes, I have 11,500. We're going 12,000. 12,000. 12,500. We're going 13,000. 12,500. We're going any more? 14,000. Yes. 15,000 I have. Let's go. 15,000. 15,000 I have. 15,500, 16,000. Anyone? Are you still there? Okay. We're going once. We're going twice. No one else. Sold for 15,000. Clap hands for her, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll call that lovely lady Tata Zonke. It may be appropriate. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Matita, ngibona abangani bakho mngana ngathi hayi mngana. Mngana abangani bakho laba hlula uma hawo. Ngathi Kaizer Chiefs manje musa. Should have given Fanny Matita a moment to explain it again. Do you want to come, Matita? This is the real one, eh? It's the real Madrid. Just.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this one, 2022 Champions League game in Madrid, the beautiful stadium in the world, Saint Bernabeu. So I was very much fortunate Tebuko was there. It's unlike your Gaziantep stadium there. So we went to watch the Champions League game. That was Shakhtar Donetsk against Real Madrid. You'll know that Shakhtar Donetsk at the time was coached by the coach that is coaching in England now, Zebi, the one that they say he will take over from Klopp at Liverpool. A very beautiful team. So Real Madrid there, obviously Ancelotti is the coach, and he was the coach then. They won this one by 2-1, Real Madrid. So we bought this one, yeah.
Thank you, Fanny Matita. This one is an international one. International. We are starting at 40,000. 40,000 international, 40,000. Can we take 40,000? 40,000, Prof. Sateche? Are we on 40,000, Prof? Are we 40,000, Prof? 40,000, 40,000. It's not new 40,000 Zimbabwean dollars. It's a new 40,000 rands. 40,000 South African rands. Professor Sateche, let me take you. Are you on 40? She's on 40,000. Prof, you can be on 45,000. Prof, you can be on 45,000. 45,000. Prof is on 45,000. Who wants to challenge? 45,000. 45,000. 45,000. 45,000. 45,000. Madam, are you coming 48,000? Are you on 48 or 45,000? 45,000. 45,000 in the challenge. 45,000. Buddha Batati. Are you on 45,000? Buddha. 45,000. 45,000. 45,000. We are on 45,000. Professor Sateche, thank you so much, Prof. 45,000. This is international. Really appreciate it, Prof. 45,000. 45,000. Gone. Oh, you want 48? Oh, we are on 48,000.
Hey.
48,000. Prof is on 50. Prof is on 50. 50. Come. 52. 52,000. 52,000 going once. 52,000 going twice. 53. 60,000 rands. 60,000 rands. We are on 60,000 rands. 60,000 rands. Going once. 60. Going twice. Going thrice. We are on 60,000 sold. Sold 60,000 rand.
Premier, that deserves a oi from you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, 60,000 sold.
All right, thank you very much. That was the first auction. We're gonna break for dinner. As you can see, they are dishing up. Let's thank the two gentlemen. They will join us again for the second half. Thank you very much. Enjoy the dinner, everybody.
guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do to do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Oh, I only want the best, it's true. I can't believe the things I do for you. What you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you won't give up. In my world, only you made me do for love what I would not do. Made me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you could, hopefully everybody enjoyed the dinner. If we could just settle down and be seated, we're going to start with the second part of the program. Thank you. Come to the second part of the program as we wrap up the evening. So good just to see everybody catching up, people they haven't seen for a while. It's always just a great thing to see just people passing on pleasantries and remembering the good times if you haven't seen each other in a long time that you've had with each other. Once again, my name is Uniswa Mvula. We're here at the Didiza34 Foundation. It's a gala dinner. And of course, we've auctioned 3 of these pieces. There are 3 more left that will still go up on auction. But off the bat, I think we need to just get a sense of the football experience of Mr. Fani Madida. From, of course, grassroots all the way to the level of Bafana Bafana, and going on to Turkey. And as you heard, he actually opened doors for many players. He talked about legs of thunder. There's another gentleman that I'm aware he was able to see potential in him. Am I correct? Yes. So it's always good when you see someone flourish, but not just flourish alone. At times they say lend a hand and pull others up, those who come behind you. That's a good life lesson, I think, that all of us should take a leaf from his book. So, I want to bring up on stage Mr. Fani Madida to just take us through the journey and the experience, the football experience, that is, from grassroots to the national level. He'll be accompanied by Mr. Maud Kumar and Miss, yeah, and they'll just let us in on the journey. If you'll please come through to the podium. Thank you very much. Humble apologies, Ms. Maud Kumar. Step up, please, if you will.
Well, I should have said bon appetit before, but I didn't. My apologies. Mr. Minister, I don't know where to start when you talk about football from the grassroots.
Yeah, from Eboku to national level, yes.
Yeah, it is, sometimes it will it pains me to see so many talented youngsters which are a rough diamond that are not given a chance at PSL level or NFD or APC Mutsipe. I was watching a game, APC under, it's normally supposed to be, or SAB, it's supposed to be under 20s. But I saw a 26-year-old participating in that game, playing against the kids, which are 18, some of them are 19. That was a team that is coached by Farouk Khan, Stars, or Africa Stars, Stars of Africa, something like that. And I called out one of the boys who was walking outside. I said, how old is that player? How old is that one? How old is that one? And most of them, over 25. But they want to compete against a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old. And then we will, Pratim, in newspapers, then they will write that there is no talent in South Africa. There is a lot of talent in South Africa. The problem with people, or with us as South Africans, especially development, we do not want to work hard and get this rough diamond, because the processing of getting a diamond, it is not that easy. So we always strive to get things that are easy, that are flourishing already. We don't want to start things on our own. So I am a prophet of doom when it comes to players that are recycled by teams. When I was actively involved in coaching, if you come for trials and you say you are 26 or 27, I will make you to run and you will really sweat. And the next day you won't come back to training. Power can attest to that. It's Power Makura. There is a tournament in Tembisa. It's called Power Rico, grassroots football. These are the guys that are really tenants of grassroots football. There is a player today at Pirates, Maswangai. He was a man of the match, I think the last game that they played. He played in his tournament there in Tembisa, Opukwin, that Maswangai. And there was a coach who wanted that player. And the premier went to this coach before, and he told this coach, this is a player. And he said, no, it's not good enough, after 2 training sessions. And then 2 months later, he goes back to the premier saying, hey, President, please get that player for me. And then the president, premier says, but I gave you this player, and you said he's not good enough. Why you want him now? And that player is Maswangai. Today is playing in the national team. So that's the people with the limited vision. There is a player at Kaizer Chiefs, brilliant player. It's not because I like the father, Umanget, brilliant player, number 6. Chiefs is not playing him. They want to loan him. But if you see him play, he's one of the best players. Then they went to buy a player at Stellies for 8 million. And the player, they played a game, was it against Richards Bay United? He kicked the ball out, and I saw it on, my daughter showed me on TikTok. There is a lady, after he kicked the ball out, one of the supporters was saying, "Inkomo labantu." So it's always difficult at grassroots level to get these players up. I'm sure Mod can attest, because you can see Mod were the first Banyana players. I just admire her legs. You saw that it's not legs of thunder. It's not legs of thunder. Yeah. So yes, we will try and get now on this other side, we get also the ladies to try and play the game. I don't know how is the experience with you?
Good evening, everyone. Ngishaya pressure manje. Okay, yeah, as Ufania introduced me, my name is Nombuso Mot Kumalo, and then I'm coaching Hollywood team, Tax. I've joined them since 2018. And then, yeah, we've won the league after 2 years. So currently now we are in the second season. Last year we ended up in position 6. So yeah, with us ladies, it's difficult. I mean, women's football is something else. But I had an experience being involved in the men's side, and also now I'm currently in the women's side. So I've been coaching men's before coaching the women. So as he's saying, I believe that in our country, we don't nurture the development because of it. Development is the very important part because it's feeding the national teams. So with us, it's quite a challenge because we don't have a lot of academies, academy. And then we, like for example, if I can say now, we don't have tournaments to go around and scout players. And what I've observed, the province that is struggling, it's in Mpumalanga and Eastern Cape, and whereby I've realized that there's a talent that side. But because of our resources and then the exposure to women's football. And the other thing that is said for me, Oguti, people getting involved with football, they are not passionate about it. And then, Tina, when we grew up, we look up to Putfani, about the late season, shoes. I mean, I'm that era, Leo, shoes, Nabo, Putfani, with the time, Badlalela, Chiefs. So now, a challenge, Uguti, like, it's, yes, I know it's business, but at the end of the day, I think it's a affect the performance of Bafana now. Because of we no longer have under 23s, under 20, you know. That is why you find that the story also show you find a 26-year-old playing against a 18-year-old. Go Hollywood. We have Isasol, we have a regional. I can tell you now, I still have players that are playing, that I used to play with Isasol, not Hollywood. So, my vision in my team, the youngest is 16. And then the oldest could be like 30, but as women, Tina, mature late in football, you know. So the more over matured in football, the lapo oricha kona ipik yako. So it's very, very difficult when it comes to grassroots. So I believe the only thing can change football in the country, both sides, it's focusing in the development, having more structure as right in terms of academy. Because of people, they go out, academy, but they are doing what? Bafunu cash in, you know. So they're not looking out for talented players because of, honestly, let's be honest, football, some of us, it's something, it's life. And then it changes in so many ways. It's not about just playing football because of, you can reach out to people who are disadvantaged. And then some of them, they get to a level whereby I can make example, the stage of a last 16 World Cup. Some of the girls, they got paid and then they've changed their families' lives. I know some of them because they're struggling. Like in the Hollywood Pets, only 3 teams that are paying players. So by so saying, I'm just want to say, Oguti, we need to go back where we started. For example, there was Eslen Park. And then, if I may ask, where do we get players? Ekolweni. But now, in Ekolweni, there's no sports, there's nothing. And then most of the players, we get them there. Because I remember when I grew up, I used to watch high schools competing. There was a KFC tournament, there was Cheppies, there was those kind of tournaments. And that's where we get talentless ifunayo. But if we're not going to invest in development, we're always going to struggle, especially when it comes to the last level, like Bafana Bafana, Banyana, because of we are not investing more, especially when we can go back to Ekolweni. That's where we can get these young players and then we nurture them, and then I think that will be the right direction.
Now that we managed to win the last AFCON, Banana, we should be thankful to the Premier who intervened because the big sharks, they wanted to shark out that money from these kids, which is very sad, because whatever that they are getting, maybe there are 30 families that they're going to feed with that money. So I think it's just one is crying out loud that we really need to nurture and try and get a new talent in South Africa and try to build a total player that will also get educated and also play football. I thank you.
Just one more question to Maud. I mean, I hear you talking about development in women's football. I mean, on both ends, even men's football, it's important. Into esibonayo kakhulu in women's football is that there's no support in as far as stadiums. You get to stadiums, and the stadiums are empty. I'm sure you've seen that and you've witnessed it for years. Into esingayenza possibly, to get support, for people. They say bums on seats to go and see women's football.
Okay, to answer that question, during our playing days, it was rough. Because remember, back then, nobody believed that women can play football. And especially in our culture, most of the parents, they will think, So, but it's all about teaching. It's football, it's like a sport, any sport. Yeah, but so I remember when we were supposed to curtain raise for Pirates and Sundowns, I think it was in Caledonian Stadium or something, and then we were told, no, we don't allow women to play before, or we don't allow women to be part of the Yabon. So I think we need to change the mindset, Yoguti, female who are playing football, they're just talented. It's not about the Yoguti, anything else, Yabon. And then also we need to teach parents, Yoguti, playing in football, you can achieve a lot of things. For example, I can make an example about myself. I've got grade 12. I've never went to university, but I can tell you I've traveled almost the whole world, and I've learned a lot of things. So, so, what I do, Oguti, when I engage with a player, I engage with the parents to give them a bigger picture. Oguti, no, this is about sport, and then also I emphasize in the education, because we are still far from reaching a PSL as women. So also I think these teams, some NFT teams or like PSL teams, in order that women get support, they adopt female teams. Yeah, well, I think Babu Mtsipe is trying to do that, but I think people are not buying into it. They're buying into it because they're gonna play CAF. Yeah, but when you look at overseas, there's Chelsea, there's Barcelona, there's Arsenal, so they're getting there. So with us, Stole, ama supporters are enough. I think sometimes they must make it a point if maybe Pirates Lala or Sundowns is playing, then they feature some of the games so that people, they can come in and watch, maybe let's say 12 o'clock or 11. So something like that, I think it will make a difference in that way. And also remember, there's not a lot of sponsors for women football in our country. Yeah, that's another challenge as well.
I know, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Maud Kumalo and Mr. Fani Matid. Yeah. Well, I trust the dinner has settled. We're going to go into our second auction now. And of course, the two musketeers, as they handled the first segment, will come before the stage and handle the final segment. Ingatu premier nje ayakusavu. Or is he still digesting, Dr. Maip? He's processing. Okay, it's called processing. It's called processing indeed. Dr. Maipa, here's your microphone.
I think the premier must go first. Wow, this is beautiful.
Okay. Matita, you want to come and explain as well?
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Just. Because it took him out of being
Okay. Little simple because ngifuna ukuthi uTebogo understand. When we were in Turkey, so because Tinas we are a big city and the big team. Tebogo. You have room. No, do not. Yep, my. That's Turkish. So we will dress up nicely and wear these jackets. Then both Tebogo, both Steve Compella, they will come with their old traditional tracksuits, red ones. So now we're using these jackets and gray trousers and Floshem shoes and all that. There.
A precious item indeed, made in Turkey, with that coach, Matita, so it's made in Turkey. Do you want to guess my starting amount? Want to guess my starting amount? 18,000.
Premier.
18,000. Kulube, 18,000. 18,000. 35,000. Lacoste, we are on 35,000. 35,000, 35,000. 35,000, 35,000. Come of it. 35,000, 35,000. Even Iwala Drainka, 35,000, 35,000. 35,000, come, 35,000. Prof, I saved you 40,000. You don't want to come on 35,000? Mulapo, 35,000, 35,000. 35,000, 35,000. We are on 50,000. Oh, we are on 40,000. We are on 40,000, 40,000. 40,000, 40,000. 40,000. 40,000. 40, 40, 40. 40, 40, 40, 40. 40, 40. Sky Daftis on Shebe, 40. We're on 40, 40. 40,000, 40,000. I'm coming this side, 40,000. 40,000, 40, 40. Kolube, 40,000. 50,000, 50,000. Kolube is on 50,000. Who wants to match that? The full salary of Swallows players, 50,000. The full salary of 50,000. 50,000. 50,000, 50,000 going once. 50,000 going, yes. 52,000, 52,000. 52,000, 52,000. Munapo, 55,000. 55,000. 55. 55. Yeah? 50. 52,500. That you can match. That you can match. That you can match. That you can match. 52,700. 52,700 rands. Going once. Going once. I'll stop at 60,000. Anyone wants to say 60,000? 60,000. 60,000 South African rands. I want to be specific. 60,000, eh? 60,000. Gone. Thank you, 60,000. 50,000.
Thank you, Premier. Yo, this is too beautiful. Yo. This is nice. Brafani, you want to explain this?
Okay. This one is not Zamazama, So this is a company that was sponsoring Besiktas at the time. So 2012, I was invited at Besiktas in Istanbul. Tebogo, have they invited you, Kaziantep? So I was invited to play in the game. My legends, Besiktas legends. So it was much more for foreign legends. So we had players from not Nigeria. Remember, I was the only African player who played at the time, or South African player. So we had players from Holland, Switzerland, Sweden, Norway. So I was the only one again who was from Africa. My wife, Gwen, can attest because I took her along with. It was too early in our lives. So to take 2012. So we played against the Fenerbahce, Tebuko, at Inono Stadium. Yeah. That's it, nothing more.
Thank you, Brafani. You heard the... Just clap hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is special. I'm going to start this as 20,000. Yes, 20,000 there. The back is going 20,000. 22,000. I have 22,000 here in the front. You can match that. You can match 22. 25,000. Any takings there? 25,000. 30,000. 30,000 there. 30,000. Yes, 30,000 here. 30,000 in front. Any match there? 35,000. There. 35,000. Yes. 40,000. 40,000 I have here in the front. 45,000. 45,000. Yes, 45,000 there. Are you taking me for 45,000? 45,000.
I saw a hand, a gentleman with a blue suit.
Okay. Okay, yes, 45,000. I have 45,000 there. 50,000. Any takings for 50,000? Yes, 50,000. Oh, you just doing this, okay. I have 45,000. Any takings for 50,000? Okay, also scratching the head. Anyone for 50? Anyone for 50? I have 45,000. I'm gonna go. I go once. 50,000 I have. 50,000 I have. 50,000 I have. 55,000. Anyone for 55,000? Going once. Going twice. Sold for 50,000. Clap hands, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Is it all?
There's one more.
There's one more, Premier. I give it to you.
Is it one more, gentlemen? Please confirm.
That's it. Okay.
There is one more. What Fanny Matita is wearing, he must take it out. Yes, yes, yes. Give us that T-shirt. Yeah, give us that T-shirt.
Ikhona iverse nje ngaphansi.
Yeah. Fresh from Funny Madita. Fresh from Funny Madita. We are at 15,000 rand. 15,000 rand. We are at 15,000 rand. Kulube, we are at 15,000 rand. 15,000 rand. Kulube.
15.
It's 1-5, everybody.
15,000 rand. 15,000 rand. Are you taking it at 15,000? I've got a 15,000 offer. 15,000. 15,000. I'm taking it to the CEO of resultant at 64,000 rand. 64,000 rand. Prof, 64,000 rand. 50,000. I've got the 50,000. 50,000. 50,000 rand. 50,000 rand. Oh, are you at 100,000? Are you at 100,000? Oh, okay. We are at 50,000 rand. Going once, twice. Kulube, you can take it at 70. 70. 70,000. 70. Yes, I've got 70,000 rand. I've got 70,000 rand. 70,000 rand. Sold for 70,000 rand. Fresh from Funny Matita's body. 70,000 rand.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Another round of applause to all the bidders, please. Wow. Yeah, fantastic. If there's anybody who's added up, the money's collected, please give us a sum total so we can announce and indeed say thank you. And I'm sure the foundation is grateful for your giving hearts. All right, we're going to move on to some partnership announcements before we get dessert. I'm not quite sure who's supposed to come up to give us those partnership announcements. Braken, do you have a clue or two? Or is it yourself indeed? Partnership announcements, okay, there you go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Didiza34 Foundation, I want to also take this opportunity to convey our profound appreciation for buying into this vision. As Didiza34 Foundation, we have also decided to establish some strategic partnership because we realize that on our own, we can't really achieve most of the objectives. And we decided as a board that we need to establish some strategic partnership. We want to formally announce this evening that we have partnered with Value Add as our strategic partner.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm starstruck. In awe. I am highly inspired. It's just an amazing occasion. Before I kick off, I'd like to just ask that the Premier considers a new career. I think he's in the fundraising space would do very well. So let me just kick off here. I thought it would be just to talk about the partnership. I just wanted to rattle off some sports. I'm going to rattle off a few sports: golf, football, rugby, cricket, boxing, tennis, volleyball, athletics, hockey, netball, swimming. These are just a few sports that at a certain point in our history, we excelled in at a world level. Now, here's the interesting thing. If I ask you to think about any other country that's excelled at a world level on all these sports, you'll probably think of only another two. That would be the UK and Australia. No other country in the world excels at that number of sports at a world level. So the idea of conversations that we don't have talent, as was mentioned, that it's stated, is absolutely not true. The hive of talent in this country goes beyond most countries in the world. Sis Maud talked about nurturing talent. The need to nurture talent is so fundamental because the impact of sport is so amazing. We talk about a time and a period where I grew up. One of the things that we do at Value Ed and why the Didiza34 Foundation and the Value Ed relationship is going to be magical is because we believe in this concept that if we raise young people to truly, truly believe in themselves, the impact that they have is not just on themselves, it's on their communities and it's in the country. Let me just give you an example of the impact sport has in a country. And I don't know if you might have thought of this, but, and I could be preaching to the converted, if you take the NFL, American football, they do $18.5 billion turnover, just one sport. That's economic impact. But on top of that, do you know the kind of fervor I grew up in the 90s? Watching our football, watching our boxing, watching our rugby, watching our cricket. It was an endless sense of inspiration. So the power of sport is so significant that when we get together and try and impact lives through sport, through soccer, the ricochet effect is magical. And that's why the kind of spend and time that we need to have in it. Didiza Foundation, the chairman, Fanny, Gwen, it has been an awesome blessing to meet them. When I started Value Ed, one of the first things I wanted to do, the first thing that came to my mind, and anybody who knows me is about this, when I speak using sporting analogies. Why? Because sport is one of the only places you can go to find excellence. Fanny talked about it. Excellence is something that we need to be teaching our young people. We need to give them that sense of belief that they can excel, as you put it, Fanny, to compete not with others, but with themselves. And when they become better than what they think they can be, we create a different society. So the power of this relationship and who Fanny is as a person, the legend that he is such that we can take this out to the communities and start exciting and igniting young people to believe again that there are possibilities, not just in that 90-minute rugby semi-final, final, but across the board on a continuous basis. I grew up on that, that's why I have aspiration. Most of us grew up on that, that's why we have continuously improve or give their kids the opportunity to excel in sport. Sport is a skill. And the idea that parents are giving children an alternative to sport because they don't believe they'll excel there. They don't do that for accounting and engineering. They don't say, well, think about engineering, but hey, you may think of plan B. Sport is a skill, and we need to ensure that they understand that. So I'll talk a little bit more, and I'll hand over because I wrote notes because I know I can go on all day about this, Chairman.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. There you go. And we thank you so much for being part of this Didiza34 Foundation. A round of applause for Value Add, please. I have before me donation or pledge forms for the Didiza34 Foundation. I'm going to call again Dr. Mayaba to come through and let us in on what they're all about.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Perhaps maybe let me just say, the chairman of the Didiza34, Brakeni, who didn't really say much when he came on stage, it's someone who does a lot. He does a lot for rural kids from rural provinces across the country, in townships. And I think it's someone that most of us, we know what he has done for a lot of talent in our country and where it is today. And it's simply because of people who filled in this form at Amatax, at Didiza34, elsewhere, in other foundations and other programs to assist young people in our country. And simply by filling in this form and putting money, he has managed to help kids get bursaries and many other things that help them in sport and in their academic development. So I think it's important that you understand the background of, so I'm one of those people who fill in the form and pay the money. And the money has helped. I remember one time he did, so Premier, you were not there. Premier, you were not there. I think you were busy somewhere. I think it's a year or two ago. Last year. I don't know where you were. So they called me last minute because you were not there to come and speak on your behalf. Did I represent him well? Okay, I tried. So, and then a lot of people, we filled in this form. And he was just sharing with a gentleman there how this form has transformed. And in March, they were doing, I think they raised 700,000. And that's money that goes to organizations like Pick and Pay to get food vouchers for students who are playing sport at universities, to get groceries there every month, not only to play sport, but to be able to have other things that they need to get on with their university life, college life, and sport. And some of them, we saw them there. So it's this form that makes that impact. Now here at Didiza34, we want to raise the bar a little bit. And I'm going to be the first one, Brafani. I am going to sign my form, and individually I'm going to start at 10,000. Personal. Or Premier, you want to beat me? All right, I'm changing it. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, I'm starting at 20,000. I'm going to fill in the form, and I'm going to take it to 20,000. Premier has embarrassed me. I thought I'll spare some, for the Mavu Foundation, but now I'm giving more to Didiza34. Mavu Foundation is Braken's foundation that he also does the same. So for the Didiza34, I'll start by pledging 20,000, and you don't have to necessarily show anyone what you're pledging. So you can take the form, you can put 100,000, you can put 50,000, you can put 200,000, whatever your heart tells you to put at a particular time. You put it. Hard currency, okay. Dollar, pounds, rands. You put euro. Oh, I'm talking. Thank you very much. So I am going to ask, I don't know how many copies we made.
There are quite a few copies, yeah. The two gentlemen, I think, who helped us out with bringing
you have how many copies? There must be a copy for everyone here.
Can distribute them out, yeah.
Everyone here must have a copy. And then those copies must go back to the program director through the gentlemen who are assisting us on the tables. You can actually have privacy and do it privately somewhere, here in the room. You fill in the form and you give it in. What this does to a lot of young people, you might not see it now, but you might be surprised that one day we will have a captain of Banyana Banyana who was assisted by the Didiza34. We might have an athlete from a school who was assisted and win a gold medal at the Olympics by Didiza34, and that will be your contribution. So this is a give back campaign that we're doing. So just look at it, think about the future. Premier soon is going to talk about Gauteng of the future. Gauteng of the future must have talented young people who excel in sport, every sporting code. In netball, in soccer, in rugby, in all sporting code. That's Gauteng of the future. And you are the people who must sponsor it. So let's forget government will do, we are the government. So there I have, there you have it, Program Director.
20,000.
Please, let's, 20,000 is gone already.
All right.
And I'm gonna give people some time to do it. Perhaps, let's say 5 to 10 minutes to take a decision. We fill in the forms and we'll count here at the end of the evening. How much contributions have we received, Brafani? Chairman? And then Premier maybe will announce how much was gathered today. And then after that, we know that this is what the effort was for tonight. Thank you.
Agreed. Let's take a break to enjoy some dessert. Thank you very much.
And I have found you. You've got the look of love is on your face. A look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Let's take a lover's vow.
Okay, some forms will be distributed to your tables, and you can start filling them up if you can. I'm going to call Mr. Vigela Ranskins of Value Add to just let us in on more about this wonderful partnership that's taken place.
Can I stand there?
Yes, by all means, sir.
Because if I hold two things, then yeah, exactly.
Sorry, so I've been asked to just come up to just explain what's going to come up. You're going to have a poster that comes up that represents our partnership. On the poster, you're going to see the first event, and that's the privilege that I have of interviewing both Funny and the chairman of Didiza34 Foundation. What we're going to be doing is running sessions online in ValueEd together with Didiza34. And what we've done is we run a number of critical skills learning courses on ValueEd, all about giving young people the will to keep going, inspiring them and helping them make better choices. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be inculcating sport. So just to give you an example, and I think I say it in the video, we're going to have sessions such as having excellence in sport. So this is really geared towards young people from foundation phase all the way to amateurs to professionals. There are 5 sessions that we're going to be running. Excellence in sport, sport and mental health, sport and personal finance, parent and sport, which is critical for me, but the other big one is careers in sport. One of the things that I think parents don't appreciate necessarily is as to why they are holding their kids back from sport, is they see the risk, but they don't see the opportunity. Regardless of what passion you have for which sport, if you don't make it to the highest level, doesn't mean you can't continue in that sport. There are so many careers that are available in sport. So we want to highlight those, and we also want to support parents in their decision-making processes for young people. There are too many parents, I think, who are not giving their young, talented children the ability to pursue their passions through sport. So on the 4th of May, the first session is going to kick off. And that first session is going to be a session that we interview, as I said, the chairman and Funny. It will be all about themselves, who they are, a little bit of what you heard today. And we want to draw not just sporting personalities in terms of young people, but anybody who's interested in understanding personal excellence. So that's what you're going to see up here. Oh, by the way, the thing I was told to tell you is that you're going to see a poster and you're going to see a Zoom link, not a link, I beg your pardon, a Zoom code and a Zoom password. Please go into Zoom now, register to listen to Funny online, because this one, now here's something that hasn't happened this evening, is free. So if you go in now, it's free, but going forward, we charge $350 per month in order to be able to access all the different sessions. We call it the Netflix of learning. The idea is that you can give more access to more people at a reduced price. And we're going to do the opposite of macroeconomic demand theory. As demand grows up, we're going to drop the price. So the idea is to create as much access. That's the interview process that's going to take place. And hopefully they'll scroll up to where the Zoom element is. Please register as quickly as you can, because it is free now, and then after that it won't be. Thank you very much.
Well, a little birdie whispered in my ear that as you fill up those forms, the Premier himself, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi, has pledged 20,000 rands himself. There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at the end of the evening, and we thank you so much for all the support. And I think more than anything, the company, just to give this man, Funny Matita, the due respect for all the great work that he's done over the years. I'm going to call on the love of his life to give the vote of thanks tonight. Her name is Gwen. If she's around, I don't see her anywhere, unless she's outside. Is she here? Gwen, if you could please come up and give the vote of thanks. That's Fani Matita's wonderful wife, everybody, Gwen. There you go.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As mentioned quite a few times, my name is Gwen Mahuma Madida. And I'm sure I always have questions, why Mahuma? I do like my surname, and I don't want my family to disappear. So I'm going to stick to both surnames. Thank you very much. All right. Basically, my job is to thank everyone. Firstly, I'd like to say, everybody, you look very lovely. And we really are, or let me say, I am very happy that everyone took the time, to really look the part, and stay with the theme of the evening. That's the first thank you. The second thank you is really to say we really appreciate your support. Our country at the moment, there's a lot of social ills. And when we sat down and decided to make this foundation, it was really to say, what can we do to change people's lives, one child at a time, one school at a time, and one community at a time. And that's exactly what we've been doing since 2019. We've been involved in many projects, many schools. There's kids whose school fees we're paying, kids who we're buying laptops for, kids who don't have registration fees and we'll just buy them. I mean, there's Hebron School that I think we bought so many shoes in end of last year when the principal sent me a picture of some kids who really, it's heartbreaking to see what some people are going through. There's so much we take for granted as people. And we just thought, you know what, we can't do everything. But let's do a little bit every day, and eventually we will see changes in our community. And we really are grateful to have the support of the people in this room, because we would not be able to do it without you. We would not be able to do it without the funds that you guys have contributed to this organization in 2019, as well as now. We were doing a lot of projects, but I think COVID kind of disturbed us a little bit. So now we're back, and you're going to see a lot of Didiza34 Foundation projects, events, and we will always come back because corporate governance is very important for us. We've got 6 trustees, and we ensure that the money is spent exactly for what it's meant to be spent for. And we will give feedback to the people in this room in the next event in terms of what we've done with that money, whose lives we've changed, and so that that the money that you're donating, there's an impact. And really, we are grateful, and I don't want to go for too long, but I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Gwen. There you go. Shabalala, I see there's things there that you've put on the side. I am sure they need to go to someone. Yes? Oh, that's a big one. Ooh.
He calls me Maji. Thank you. Okay, Mr. P from Maji. Thank you.
Premier, it's a fat bastard. Yeah.
Sorry, Kanye.
Thanks,
Thank you very much. Sure.
Thanks. We just need to do a documentary about Fani Matita. That's the next project. We have to do that.
Indeed.
Oh. Both. All right, thank you. And this is for our esteemed MC.
Oh, thank you very much.
I must tell you, one of them, Fanny bought in Bali last week. We were in Bali last week. And he insisted that we need to buy this for Paul.
Let's see what it is. Oh, wow. Oh,
I don't know why.
You see, this is way down my avenue. I like indigenous sort of instruments that come from various countries. So this is way down my line. Thank you so much, Gwen and Fanny. Thank you. I really appreciate this. This is my kind of thing. Yes.
Thanks, Elvis.
Yeah, it's getting there.
And Maud, where's Maud sitting? Even though my husband likes your legs, I forgive you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
And then, and Dr. Gama. And thank you so much for always going over and above in supporting our functions. I think last time he bought five or six of these, and today his table seemed to have done something similar. Oh yeah, last time it was you, Temba. my kids were saying, what does he do? He was born in the right family.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Gwen, once again. I think as I say goodbye to you, once again, just a big thank you to everyone who came to grace this very important event. Keep the Didiza34 Foundation in your minds and in your hearts all the time. From me, umniso mvulu kwadla kwadla mafumba fobela umthamo enyembe izinto thwana zimfuna phansi amaphela thiluto domzimcela ukhisi noma ehamba noma kudluka mkhumbi ngoba usithela amagumgedlela thina sifuna ukubona amagumgedlela. It's good night and drive safely home.